Radhe Radhe everybody. How are you all? I hope you're all well and your Bhagavad Gita study is going on very well. Welcome to Bhagavad Gita study. Today I'm going to share with you some options for Srimad Bhagavatam. Somebody had asked me to show some how I study or something like that. I am a newbie when it comes to Bhagavatam. I am also a beginner in Bhagavad Gita. I'm not seasoned in any of these, but I'm not an absolute beginner in Bhagavad Gita, but I'm an absolute beginner with Bhagavatam. That being said, I'm going to show you 3 things that I have here, which I refer to for reading Bhagavatam. The first thing is Kamala Subramanian's Vidya Bhavan books, Bhagavatam. This is my mother's, so it's a very sentimental book for me. It costed 75 rupees back then, and look at the paper, it's all very old. So this is she has, I think there's one version of Mahabharatam too from the same Vidya Bhavan. I didn't like the Mahabharata, which I told you earlier, because it was the same thing that you get in TV shows and everything. There were no shlokas or anything, and this is also not shlokas, but all the chapters and all the cantos are in here. Yeah, everything is covered in here. So it's in the form of a story, like just narration of or summary of that chapter. There's no sloka at all. There's no translation. It's just a narration. I have gone to specific things here, like 10th canto, certain things that I want to revisit every time. Like I like Puranjanopachyana in the first canto and things like that, like Uddhava's part. There are certain things that I like from Bhagavatam, which I go to from this book. I haven't read it chronologically from chapter 1 to whatever. I just go to places when I feel like it. So I'm sorry, I have not been doing well again. It's just cold. I'm sorry. So this one is just a good place to start. It's not study as such. If you want to read the Bhagavatam, this is a good place to start. I don't know if this is still available. I don't know if this publication is still there. I know nothing about it. This was my mother's copy and I bought it. My mom and my aunt are like experts in Bhagavatam. I am simply not. I am not an expert in anything, but this one I'm very, very new at Bhagavatam. Very new. But I like reading from here. The second option I will show is ISKCON's Bhagavatam. This is the one that I have, English version. So it has all the slokas. The other one that I showed did not have any verses. I have this verse obsession. At least I have to have the verses and the translation, or just the translation of the verses, not in a narration format. I feel like things will get missed if things are just summarized. So especially spiritual texts, in my mind, needs to be read from the verses, the translation of the verses. This I like, but I don't use it for reading the purport. And the way I use this, which I have completed Canto 1, I am on Canto 2 now. What I do every day is I just open up I do this chronologically. That's how I finish Canto 1. Every day, one shloka and one translation. That's it. I'm not reading the purport and everything, just the translations. That way I have completed this, I think, in 3 months. Not every day I read. I read it with my aunt. So I would read it out to her and she would listen. And she's not comfortable with the English version, but she was always wanted to listen what it said. So she wanted me to read the translation, and then we would discuss in our mother tongue whatever came out of it, and her experiences, what she had read and stuff like that. This has been very good. Actually, I like this format, but I like this one better than this one for a reason. I bought a Gita Press uh, Bhagavatam very recently, only because this one was for my reading, it's fine, but because I'm reading it with my 92-year-old aunt, she is not too happy with the English and then, translating and all that. So she wanted me to read it in one of the languages she is comfortable with. This is not the most preferred, but she was okay with Tamil, so I bought the Tamil one. This one has first to fourth skanda, and I think it's 3 volumes if I'm not mistaken. There are 3 volumes. All the skandhas are the cantos. The cantos are covered. Why I like this better than the other one is that this is what I need from Bhagavatam, because that's what I do every day. I read the sloka, this is the sloka, and then this is the translation. That's all I do. So this is easier for my study than that, because I just skipped the purpose anyway. What's the use in having it? But I do have these the entire set, because, as I said earlier, English one is always good one for me to give away or uh, pass it over to my daughter and stuff like that. She is reading, she does learn Tamil, but I don't think she'll ever be that comfortable to seek a book, especially spiritual text, in this language. So, but this is the one I like, and I have been reading from this to my aunt. And what we are doing in our study is, it's not study, it's just everyday reading. So every day we take one slokam, we read the translation, and this one is up to here. I'm still in 10th chapter, second canto, and I'm in another place in the English version. She would want me to read both, actually, and she would just enjoy this much better than the other, but she would still have things to say. And what can I say? My mother and my aunt are actually experts in Bhagavatam. They have studied much more than me, and they are actually helping me with my study. And I mean, my mother from the spiritual world that she has passed on to, but my aunt from this world, she has been keeping me on the track, I should say, in consistent reading of this. So that's the share today about Bhagavatam. And this is only because somebody had asked me how you study, and they hope that they would study all the cantos. Just like I say in every other video, just don't make this into a source of stress, or please make very realizable goals for you. And that would be like one sarga from Ramayana, one sloka from Bhagavatam, one sloka from Gita. This all takes 30 or 40 minutes. By one sloka from Gita, I just say read the sloka and the translation. That's just read it once. You don't have to. I mean, if you're hard pressed for time, that is to say, if you want to do more, you can always do more. The thing is, if you just did these three, and sarga, by sarga I mean couple of slokas, because Ramayana, one sarga is like some of them are so long, it has 60 to 70 or even 100 slokas, and some of them are very short. So even in Valmiki Ramayana, you can just take one verse and read its meaning and just be done with it. There is huge benefit out of that, because you will slowly start to see the patterns in what they're trying to say, and then see unity in it. So it's very much good to be in contact with these scriptures, rather than saying, oh, this is just overwhelming, I won't be able to finish it. The point is not to finish. Even if you don't finish, you will finish. If you made this one sloka each day, I cannot believe I finished one canto. I cannot believe that I finished a canto from Bhagavatam. I just did one sloka per day, and it just went by like that. So one shloka per day, you will easily be finishing it. Of course, it will not be like as if you studied it, but it will stay with you. You will start seeing patterns and unity in all these teachings. And then if you supplement it with the additional reading from Upanishads or Ramakrishna Paramahansa's Charitram, or his life history and Ramana's works, Maharishi Ramana's book, or whatever saint that you like, you read the Bible, or whatever you do along with it. What happens is you slowly start seeing the unity in these messages, and they start to speak to you. Always when you have an open mind and read something and not look too much into, if you want to put more content in your mind, then you would be attracted to more content and analysis. In my mind, whatever version I do take up, they all come from different versions, different school of thoughts, different philosophies. At least for me, it has been about just God and his teachings. And if that is what you are about, just that reading of one shloka and the meaning would take you far. So I hope this video was helpful. These are the only 3 versions I have, and I don't intend to buy anything else now. And if you put comments to say, would you please look at this other version, I'm sorry, I may not be able to, because I have so many books at home, and I have already taken this study off, and I'm a baby in this. I told you I'm an infant in this. I'm very, very new to this. I don't want to be distracted. Once I have enough handle of it, that's when I'll go for more and more commentaries. This is something that I began with what I had, and this is an extra purchase I've already made for the sake of my aunt, but I'm not going to buy more of this. This is what it is for now, and I like all 3 of them, but this is what is my main study. And this is for the times when I have to go to specific canto and feel like reading. This is more reading, this is more study. I hope you found this video helpful. I will meet you with more videos very soon. Radhe Radhe and goodbye.